Alright, let's do this. So this is Endless Legend. This is a game. So a long time ago, there was a 4X series of strategy games called Master of Orion, and I hear 1 is good, and 2 was great, and 3 was garbage. And then recently I wanted to find another game like that. I wanted to figure out what happened to them. And so I found a game called Endless Space, which this is not, but it's very similar, and it's the same company. And I lost a day or two on Endless Space, and then I was looking through something. I was looking through Kickstarters, blah blah blah. So I found out that they also made this game, which is more where Endless Space is like, hey, what if Master of Orion had never turned into complete garbage? This is like, hey, remember Civ 5? That was pretty good. What if we mixed it with that other game we made? And so let's do that. So I've gone through the tutorial and I did a game. Well, I did like 50 turns of a game, and it was not going well. Wasn't going very well at all, which is weird because I am very good at Civ 5. I mean, I can beat the computer on some of those difficulties where they get a bunch of bonuses, which is bullshit. But that's another conversation for another day. And I felt like I was pretty good at Endless Space. Like I was, on normal with the broken race, I was tearing it up, and on normal with another race, I was tearing it up. But I don't know, something about this, I haven't quite cracked it. So I had the difficulty in easy before, keeping it on easy, because obviously I did not steamroll it like I thought I did. I was going for something. There's a series of strategy games by a company called Paradox, and the cliche I like to use is that I learned the World War II one by playing Brazil, because nothing happens to Brazil. So this is my attempt to play a Brazil game, where I just chose the thing and just got to do whatever I wanted, and that wasn't the case. Yeah, it's the only other thing I really changed. Like I made it only 4 because I don't want a long game. So okay, so here's the real choice. And so I went through all of these, and these 5 are all weird or have some shit I don't like about them. So it's gonna be a while before I play any of these 5. So really my choices are these 3, because I'm also not gonna do that custom shit, because I'm just gonna, maybe I should, maybe that's how I should do a Brazil game, is I just make my own fucking race with all the shit I like. Anyway, this was the one I tried to do. So in Master of Orion 2 and in Endless Space, I saw that it was also fairly similar. The science race is completely fucking broken. Like in Master of Orion 2, it's unfair. Like it's dumb, and it's hard because you don't have a lot of control, over games in that area. You couldn't like tell it not to choose. I guess you still can't. Like I can't play right now and say, hey, don't choose this race. Of course, it doesn't matter because it's not broken in this game. But still, I mean, that'd be nice. Anyway, these guys are not broken. These guys actually don't have. The problem is no one really has a lot of science bonuses. This is basically the best they get, because they get a building. I didn't even really get to the point where I could just build all my buildings. I was having trouble with my building queue. And then like this, they get extra science on science terrain, and that's honestly even at the point I was, that'd be like maybe 10% more science. So I guess not a lot. It's not like Cylons in Master of Orion 2, and it's not like the new Cylons, whatever they called them in Endless Space. I mean, even in Civ, like if you choose Babylon and you get like a good early game, I mean that everyone else in the world was fucked, completely fucked. Even if you're on like, I think King was the difficulty I was playing on when I was really into it. Even on King, you get a good early game in Babylon and it's fucking game over. Anyway, I was looking at these guys. I mean, there's nothing about them that I dislike, but they just don't seem to have much. They have a little more. No, okay, these are so okay. Let's go back over here because they have more. This is like the #1 weirdest thing about each race. Like this is their fucking big thing. Then you have a few smaller things. Then you have unique buildings they can build. Their units. There aren't a lot of units in this game, so it's not that they're like unique units. Like you have 10 and they have these extra 3. No, these are basically the 3 you have. And you have other ways of getting extra units. This, I mean, just mentions like each race has their own sort of storyline going on, which is really interesting. I didn't get very far in it, but you know, I don't really. Okay, I guess this is just maybe some flavor text in it. I was gonna say, I mean, you can't like go in here and choose this, and it's like, okay, no effects. They're all gonna have no effects, but I guess you get to read that, and that's just a place for them to put flavor text. That's fine. And these are the technologies that they're gonna start with. I guess, okay, so that's not even unique to them, this library. I can go research that on another one. So what the fuck, guys? You get, like, a little extra science on fucking terrain. You get extra strategic resources, which is nice, but it's not, like, science-focused. Technology available to unlock. So it's not necessarily buildings, but it's, I mean, usually the technology just gives you a building anyway. So in a way, it is, unique buildings. It's fortification. That's some sort of late game science thing, and I don't even quite understand. I think that's just a flat +4 though, or maybe each district. Okay, so maybe there's something where this could get really neat, and I don't think that'll ever be that strong. So yeah, I just don't see it. I wasn't doing very well with them. That's the point. Wasn't doing very well with them. So even though we look through here, maybe it's fine for now. Fuck them. So these guys have, what do they even have? Extra during a certain season. There are at least 2 seasons. I'm kind of wary on relying on a season. It seems like a good way to fuck myself over. Extra defense in the forest, that's fine. You can detect armies in your empire. That's basically all they really have, because everything else is just techs or units. So they can see enemy armies in their region and adjacent regions. Like, that's fine. I guess maybe that's a strong enough ability just so they can't afford anything else. I don't know why that makes them wonder though. They're talking about them being creators and builders. There's nothing in here. Oh, because you get during the fucking summer season, you have a little extra. You have +1 on forests. Fine. Like, what the fuck ever. These are who I'm going to try to play right now, because this is pretty neat. So in Endless Space and in this game, when you first meet another civilization, you are not at peace by default. You default to like Cold War, which means that outside your territory, so in this case in like any region, any area outside your borders, you can attack each other freely. And that's going to piss the other guy off, but it really doesn't piss him off too bad from what I've seen. In Endless Space, at least. I don't know too much about this. So it's nice to be able, in this case, to actually force a peace. And I don't know if the AI is going to feel like, oh, I don't give a shit about this forced peace, I'm just going to break the peace. But at the very least, having a peaceful status will make them like you better faster. And so the fact that I can go through and force peace, because also the AI is in no rush to accept peace. Like, they're fine, they're happy being in Cold War until they can expand. So that's nice. This is saying Empire plans. I still don't quite understand Empire plans, but they seem pretty neat, so I'm excited about that. Extra stuff on ruins. That's fine if I can get close enough to a ruin when I'm settling. Knowledge of the starting positions of every player. Like, that's okay, that's sure. I mean, that helps me when I'm exploring, I guess. Blah blah blah, main quests, some shit. Okay, so they start with the ability to talk with the minor factions. And so, yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, let's go briefly over why I'm not choosing the other 5. These guys don't use food. They're suits of armor with magic in them, which reminds me of a race a friend of mine invented for an RPG we used to play. Yeah, that's just too weird. Like, I could see playing these after I understand the game better, but that's just too weird. These guys are the Silicoids of Master of Orion 2, which I mean to say, they can't. I think they can't ever be at peace. Is that what it was? No peace, no alliance, no diplomatic technologies, no, they can't even talk to the minor races. So this, for me, this is fucking nightmare mode. Like, that's, you know, this is a challenge race for me. That's a race that after I feel like, go ahead, throw whatever you got at me, and like, I don't want to play the higher difficulties because the AI getting bonuses is dumb. I'm gonna play this pile of shit. I don't fucking understand this one. Like, I don't. Almost all of the things in here are technologies. It's okay, so it's a city improvement, and the effects are pillars. So I think I'm building am I build like I don't know. It says +1 pillar of regeneration on Empire. But there's no way that this is affecting the entire Empire. Pillar of regeneration, +2 food on tiles within the pillar's range for 10 turns. And again, like, if this is a city improvement, then why is it only for 10 turns? Like, I got no fucking idea what this race. Like, that seems to be like the core cool shit about this race, and I just got no fucking idea what they're doing. Other than that, it says Arcana level for all spells. This is like the only race that refers to spells, and so I don't know if maybe that's also something. Can choose pillars and spells at a lower cost. And that implies that other races can also choose pillars and spells at the not lower cost. But this is the only time I've ever seen. Maybe this is just a bunch of late game shit. I don't know. So I just don't understand. And I don't know why they're science, because I don't see a lot of science stuff in here. I see, like, for each of these things, there's an influence, and there's food, and there's gold, and there's science, and there's whatever that was, and there's movement. So they seem more like just weird, main victory type weird. These guys can't declare war, and in a way, that's just as bad as this. Because honestly, I don't even fucking know what I would do. Like, I don't know. Maybe I stopped reading as soon as I saw that, and there's some other thing in here. Honestly, I think that's a fucking level 2 tech. Maybe they're just really weird. Maybe this is like an even higher tech that I didn't even see last time. I don't know how. I don't know. Okay, so you gotta win by something other than military. You can never put anyone in their place with that race. That's interesting. I'd sooner play that than this, but still. And this is a single city challenge actually. That's something that people do in Civ 5 because Civ 5 is so heavy on expansion. But this says they can only have the one city, and they can just expand that city more than other races. So that's also something I would play after I'm more familiar with the game. Like each of these three are like, okay, once I know what I'm doing, I could play these three. And then if I got cocky, I could play him and then him. Anyway, we're doing the fucking dragons. Doing the dragons that love everybody. Whatever, I can't tell if that's blue or purple because I'm colorblind. So whatever that color is fine. I'll turn the audio up a little bit, but I had it muted. I had it basically muted before, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear the voiceover in this upcoming cinematic, but subtitles are fine. In Endless Space, and it seems like in this game too, every race when you start has a little cinematic, like setting up their history and what they're doing, and what they're all about, and that's pretty neat. You know, instead of Civ 5 just gives you like a text blob that I never read. So this is at least a bit more interesting on that.
We have always been here. The Whispering Galleries have always held the memories of our people. Then they came, and they lifted us up. But they fought, and they fell. Our world was swept by cataclysm, and we were left alone. Still, we persevere, protect, and maintain, as we always have. We may lack their sight and their knowledge, but we can still read the omens. Another cataclysm is coming, and it is we, the Draken, who must save the world of Horringer.
It's gonna be us. It's gonna be the Draken.